Hey, my people, welcome to another module. So on this module, we're talking about psychological levels and low. So guys, these are some of the entry strategies, and I'm sorry about that. There are some of the things we'll be looking out for before taking a trade, before placing a trade, and there are some of the zones whereby we'll be looking out for, which we'll be looking out for. Like the psychological levels are more like support and resistance level, like supply and demand zones. But come to think of it, if you go to the market and then you want to buy a palm, and the person is like, come on, this palm at 354. The next thing some of us will say, make I give you 2K. I say, no, bros, bring 3K. Make I give you 2.5. Bros, no, I might give you 2.7. You understand? We tend to price things in round numbers. So psychological levels are round numbers. There are zones whereby the banks and the big boys in the markets want to buy, because we believe buying cheap now, and selling. When we buy cheap, we sell high. So most of the time, sorry, my head is shaking though. I'm just excited, guys. So most of the time, psychological levels are basically zones, you understand, where you are looking to either buy, you understand, and sell at round number. So how do we determine these zones? It's very easy. We determine the zones in round number of within 50, 500, and 1,000. I mean 500 or 1,000. It's just like, so it's going to be 1,000, 11,000 or 11,500, 12,000. 12,500. This is just basically how we mark these zones, guys. So let me just give us an example so you can also replicate the same thing on your chart. So here I have okay, let me stop the video. Excuse me. Here I have a video. I have a plain chart, and I want to strike my psychological levels, guys. I just want us to pay attention. So if I'm putting this first one, now I want to change the number of this stuff first. Let's leave it out blue. If you look at my chart, you always have blue, guys. And this is black. Okay, deep blue. Sorry. I mean not navy blue. I need no color. Wow. Let's see this medium blue. Oh, wow. Okay. So guys, I will make a template available for this though, but then it's very easy to draw. So you can just go to your chart, and then what you want to do is note the first two numbers of the price. The first number after the two numbers after the point. So we have 1.3900, right? 04. So what I want to do is double click on this or right click on it, and then change it to come to the parameters, or you can do this on change it to 00. We are looking for the round numbers. You see 1.3900. Pick another one. Change it to what? 1.39500. Going up. Now after the we have 1.38, right? So now we'll do this again, 1.3800. The 0 is down and the 500 is going to be up. Then we want to do 1.38500. Okay, after 87 now, I mean 1.387,500, because the 5 is always coming, the 7.5. Now, if you notice, we are still building on the first two numbers. Then 1.3700, you can just put 370, 375. Okay, guys. So now these zones, but basically it's also important that you know that from one psychological level to the other, it's 50 pips. It's 50 pip movement. So these zones now, there are zones whereby the banks, top guys, most importantly, they respect it, and it's a zone that represents support and resistance, basically, guys. Support and resistance. And I'll explain to you. Let's change this to 36,500. Okay, we're good. So guys, now I want you to take notes of something. You would notice that when price got to this, anyone, most of these key levels, we are not using this alone, we are adding it to other conferences. But if you notice, when price gets to it, there is always a reversal. Look at this one. It came down. Okay, came down, right? Look at this zone. Look at this zone. It came down. Now, the trend also determines it came down. You see, these zones. Okay, take a look at this one. It's but because we're intraday traders, guys, so there's a way we'll be trading this. Don't worry, I'll be breaking everything down. But around this zone, it's sold. Just take a look. You see, what's up with my mouse here? Yeah, and just pay attention. Sorry, I have to delete this my cycle. But just look at it, guys. It is basically respecting the zone. It is basically respect. Just look at here. Around the zone, 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 zone. So for like some of we that are intraday traders now, we want to take trades in a day, at least 3 trades in a week, and the likes of that. So we might not be able to be drawing out support and resistance level around all our zones, but then these psychological levels has given us the zones whereby we are expecting price to respect. So there are a lot of things we'll combine with this. Just know. So if we come to a smaller time frame, because I want us to go added with other conferences, guys. Note, I'm being very, very specific about this other conferences. So around this zone, look at the move. See, we had rejection, came down because this is a bullish trend. Yeah, a bearish trend rather. Should be expecting more sales. So you have to understand your trend. Yeah. Doesn't mean it is 100%, but with other conferences and a lot of things you are looking out for, these are zones you really want to pay attention to. Like, really, really want to pay attention to. Also, stuff. Around this zone, closer to this zone, a little bit respect. You see, price had to go up. So, guys, basically, this is how psychological levels work. So, there are areas, potential areas where we want to buy and sell. Okay, guys, just take a look at this. If I was even trading, I'm not saying only this, I would have made like 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 weeks to reward ratio, and then enter again, I would have made another money. The next day, boom, another money. That same day, another money. Like that. No, I'm not saying you should just enter like that. I'm just trying to say, okay, these are like literally potential support and resistance zones where the banks, the big boys like to buy. So, guys, having said this, I would want to delete this because we're also talking about the high and the low of the week. The high and the low of the week also, it's another trading strategy. It's another trading strategy we add. It's another trading strategy we add to, some of the conferences we'll be looking out for if we want to, look for buys and sells in the market. So guys, please just really pay attention to this. So now the high and the low of the week, it's just basically the highest point the price got to and the lowest point, the first 2 opening candles of the week, of a particular week, guys. So for example, the way it breaks, once it breaks that zone, it automatically, gives us the direction of the market. And guys, okay, this strategy is not by any means owned by me. Yeah. So let me change this color to red. It's not owned by me. I learned it and I'm also teaching you guys, and I've seen it's working. So I decided to replicate it and then share. Okay, so this was Friday, as you can see, and then the market opened on Monday, and the first two candles to open was this and this blue one. So we mark the top and the down. I want you to pay attention. And then price broke through it, came around the zone, and then throughout that week we saw movement, series of bullish movements. You understand? And it's very important to know that most of this movement, we tend to limit them to our smaller time frame. So, like for example, just take a look at these two zones. Right, is this top length? Okay, these zones that we are looking at for that I marked out now. This is for a particular week. Now let's go to our smaller time frame. Let me put a cross. Okay, so this signifies okay. Move it a little bit. This is what we're looking for. Cool. So then we came to our H1. You see, the picture is getting bigger now, guys. This is Monday. Now, price got to this, from this, and then we saw a series of bullish movement on Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday. And when price retraced, came back to the second psychological level, what do we see? Price kept on going up. Now, let's still lower it to our M15 time frame. I want us to really understand this. Don't worry, I'll be giving us a breakdown of multi-time frame analysis. You understand? So, guys, just look at this. Now, you see the movement is huge and it have made a lot of pips. So, after breaking, we add this movement to the upside. Yeah. I just want us to see the potentials of this stuff, the high and the low of the week, so you can also pay attention to it, guys, because these are what we'll be working with. So that's the conferences that will be forming our strategy. And then it got to this one. We got a reversal to the upside a little bit, then came down to the second low, and upon touching just that zone, in fact, you see, guys, and this was a huge movement, man. This would have given you, at least if you had a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, if you are reaching maybe 3% of your account, man, this is massive, though you might not have owed. You understand? So, guys, let's still look out for another one. So, this was Friday, it ended. Okay, the first candle to open was, okay, we had this, and then we had this. Let me zoom in. Okay. I'm bringing this here. So to signify Monday. So look at the two candles. The one that formed from 12 a.m. was this and this. So sometimes you might want to wait till Monday afternoon or thereabout, or 10 a.m. on Monday before you mark any of this zone, because the London session be 4 hours. And mostly we mark this zone on the 4-hour time frame. Very, very important. Only on the 4-hour time frame. So guys, now these stuffs are meant to be added with extra conferences. So let's take, for example, I just add the trend line, for instance. Okay. So the trend line. And guys, okay, price just down Monday from each one, and then consolidated around that zone, tested this my trend line and see the sweet movement to the upside. Now, okay, let me don't get you confused. Let's still narrow down a little bit to the smaller time frame. Yeah. Okay. Seems to be choppy. But okay, just take a look at price came around this zone, boom, broke it. So automatically now, and once if price break through either the upside or the downside, most times it determines the movement of the market for that week. So come to this zone and it's finally broke out. So we're expecting, okay, a bullish move. And guys, can bear me witness. Just look at this move. It was bullish, and then on Wednesday, let me make this money. Okay, let's go to another time frame. On Wednesday, price came back to that zone again, and then poof to the upside. Are you seeing it now? Let's get one more example, guys. So you can just backtest this on on your own. I just want to give us like 3 examples, and then we are done for the day. So okay. Price opened here, but this is not 100%, so sometimes it might not work out. The first candle was small. Okay, this was the second candle. Let me zoom it in. I told you guys we are going to be doing this on just the H4. Okay, this was it. One. I did the right thing. Certainly not. Certainly not. My H4 time frame. So I'm coming, guys. Sorry. This is supposed to be here. This was the first candle that opened. Then this was the second candle. So wherever price breakthrough, just look at price breakthrough, it's upward. For that week, we had more of an upward move. Even the next week, I just want us to just see. Let me don't confuse us with the smaller time frame thing. Okay, take a look at this. We had this because this is like the 2 major candles. Guys, look at price broke it, came down retest, upside. So basically, this is just how the psychological level work, guys. So we'll be ending this call now, guys. We're talking about multi-time frame analysis in the next class. See you guys. Bye. I hope we understand the stuff and then you can practice it over and over. All right, guys. Bye.